Hi there. We're going to be presenting Streamify, which is an online streaming tool. We're presenting for Team 1, Blake Jones, Martha Zuno, and Ryan Schock. To begin, we're going to discuss some of the pains and struggles that consumers go through when trying to use online streaming tools to watch content online. To start off, finding programs is a big struggle for a lot of people. Sometimes it's hard to know where the program is, which service is using that, has that program, trying to get search results that have limited results and the shows are often not available, or not being able to remember which show is on which provider. Also having no cross-platform watch list or history, this can make it hard to find programs. Switching between services is another common struggle. It can be frustrating to try to switch between services and remember the passwords and usernames to go between them. And a big one is that each service doesn't show the programs that are offered in the other services, so you don't even know what's available. Managing monthly billing is another one. Users can end up paying more for subscriptions than needed and even spend more money than they do on cable. It can be hard to remember the billing cycles, the amounts, difficult to know how much in total is being spent on all the services. Also, they could be billed for full services that are underutilized, where they're using a lot more than they actually need and end up overpaying for that. Losing access to programs. It can be very frustrating when you're watching a show and you find out the next day, suddenly it's gone. And different countries can have different permissions. So if you're traveling to another place, you suddenly can't watch the show you want to watch. Canceling subscriptions is another struggle. Some streaming services are not allowing customers to end the subscriptions before a certain period of time, and it can be very complicated to try to find it in the settings pages and know where to cancel and how to cancel. So now that we've outlined some of the struggles, let's look at a progress map and take a step-by-step journey of what a customer goes through when trying to watch online content. Of course, at first, they have a desire to watch a movie or a TV show online. Then each step, the blue steps are job steps and the green circles are key outcomes that they want. So the first step is finding a streaming service with the desired content. Then, of course, they want to minimize the effort to find that service. The second step is buying that subscription to a streaming service, and then from that, gaining access to the content. But sometimes the desired content they want isn't available on the current service. So they need to go again and find another service with the desired content. And their goal there would be to reduce the time to find another service provider. Fourth, they will evaluate service costs and try to manage their budget and save money during that process. The fifth step will be to buy additional services. Maybe they want to gain access to additional new programs. Then we get to the core job step. And this is where Streamify really comes in. The sixth step is all about managing those streaming services, finding the different shows, switching between the services, navigating through that user interface, and managing billing. These are all the key job steps that Streamify wants to accomplish. After that, of course, you watch your movie or TV show and enjoy your home entertainment. After that, maybe your movie or TV preferences change. Maybe the streaming service changes offerings. So there may be options that you need to go through after that. Or you simply want to watch another show and use the service again. So number 8 would take you right back to our core job step. However, for the other ones, you'll want to reevaluate the services that you want, compare those options, and then decide if you want to use that service again, if you want to amend the service or cancel it. And that creates the whole cycle for all of the job steps. So what are the pain relievers? What are the benefits and features that we can do to relieve those moments of struggle? First of all, is a simple interface for easy navigation. Using it to save time, simplicity to combat the frustration that users have trying to navigate between those streaming services. Superiority. Our proposed solution features a simple interface that's already familiar, and it uses common terminology. Switching between those services seamlessly. This is super important. a one-stop access to all your services, having everything all in one place, not logging in, logging out, switching between them. This is important. And an unchanging interface. So instead of going into Netflix, figuring out how their service is navigated and formatted, and then switching to Hulu and the layout is totally different, in this case, it will all be in one place and always be the same. That means we'll have singular access to everything all in the same place. Advanced search and filtering, this is a big one, where we need to have those benefits of searching through multiple services in one program, creating filters that apply across all the platforms. So instead of just seeing one single service results, you actually see results from all the different platforms all at once, and that's what creates our superiority. Saving history and archiving. And this would, again, go across multiple platforms, saving your history, jumping back to the show you were watching on in Netflix, and going right down in your history to another show that you were watching in Hulu, and having all of those subscribe programs in a one-stop experience. A customizable homepage and favorites. This would give us give the user ease of access, personalization, and a way to know where to go and how to get to what you need quickly. And this provide a way for the user to customize their interface, which is not currently being provided by the current solutions. Again, managing billing in one place. It'll save money, it'll save time, it'll inform people on the decisions they're making, where they have everything together in one place and not trying to piece it together on their own.
First solution, current solution provider is Roku. The disadvantage is that you need to access another box. It misses all service searching and history. It doesn't have a cross-platform interoperability. Remote is required and is limited to a TV. Second current solution is Chromecast. Disadvantage is that is mostly a hardware that you plug into your device, and it's more focused on interfacing devices than actually providing streaming solution. Third current solution is the Apple TV. Disadvantages is that the cost dramatically increases as you get more content. And for users that do not have an iOS device, it's really difficult to get access to this system. The prototype looks a little bit like this. This is the homepage that is customizable layout for personalized experience, meaning that the user can change the information as they desire. The browsing category looks a little bit like this, where the content from all streaming services is shown. The pay-per-view for the TV shows is a one-time free option to avoid unnecessary subscription, so it's pretty easy to understand as well. The search category will look like this, where results will include content from all streaming services and advanced filtering as well. Billing will be in one place, so that the user can know exactly what they pay, what they're using, and unsubscribe if they desire in a very easy way. The value proposition looks a little bit like this. The customer job is to manage streaming services in order to control budget, find shows, and navigate interface. Some of the pains are waste money, waste time, because they have complex interfaces. They cannot access the programs they desire. It's difficult to switch between services. And the pain relievers will be an easy interface to find programs quickly, one location to manage billing for all subscriptions, save history to avoid searching. Convenient format makes experience enjoyable as well. So our products and services, as shown before, it's a customizable homepage. Backend system links payments methods to all services, search functions with advanced filtering, auto content and login multiple services at the same time, intuitive interface for easy navigation and tailored to user suggestions as well. The game creators are managing billing in one place saves money, easy of use saves time, advanced searches help find programs easily, save history, and keep access to watch programs. The gains will be to save costs for monthly subscriptions, decrease time, searching for programs, easily pay all subscriptions, switch between streaming services. Our value exchange map looks a little bit like this. Our value proposition is a Google platform where we will pay licenses fees to our streaming providers, payment fees to the payment providers, commissions on subscriptions to live TV providers, such as cable and satellite, and increase product value to smart TV brands. Our two type of customers, we will get ad revenues, subscription revenues, and pay-per-views for consumers, and promotion and ad revenues for our businesses in different ways. And our social value will be a exercise program in order to increase exercise and improve reputation for our company and for our users. Our profit and revenue projections look a little bit like this. Premium subscribers will pay $5 per user. Pay-per-view will be $5 per movie or $2 for TV show. Some of our products and services for businesses will be banner and sidebar ads, video ads, and pay-per-click word searches. This is how our revenue stream looks. We were thinking about 5,000 basic subscribers, 500 premium subscribers, 1,000 movie per view, 5,000 TV show pay-per-view for our individual users category. For corporate customers, we were thinking about 20 banner and sidebar ads, 130-second video ads, 500 promote suggested programs, 10,000 pay-per-click keyword searches. Our monthly increase average ranges from 10% all the way to 35% from depending on the category. Our cost allocations look a little bit like this, mainly in our software development, content licensing, and software maintenance. 40% of the cost is for our development costs, 35% fixed operating costs, and 25% variable operating costs. Our revenue and profit targets is a 25% profit margin and total yearly profit approximately $2,200,000.
Okay, moving into marketing channels. So top 3 marketing channels we had for us, Streamify, search engine optimization, social media ads through Google social search, and business development. Search engine optimization, obviously Google's expertise in this is unparalleled, so we would be leveraging that. Social media ads, using Google social search combined with the social connection and other organic searches provides feedback as well. And business development, as we create these partnerships, there's going to be a lot of businesses that will also be helping market to allow consumers to access their product. Business ecosystem risks. So business ecosystem, starting with the blueprint, content providers of the production studios, as well as TV networks, moving through the service providers who actually bring these products forward, streaming providers, live TV, and then payment providers is going to be another service that we're going to need to use. Cloud infrastructure that's important to us is the internet providers, software servers. And you can see this all works in a Streamify, and the outputs for Streamify, the features of user interface, comprehensive search, pay-per-view, and billing, and advertising, which will help out our businesses as the end user and consumers as the end users for the Streamify features. Co-innovation risks, you see our 3 risks here. 2 more is content providers not producing quality content, mitigated through feedback from our online community, streaming services, eliminating content, again, providing feedback, letting them know, and if it's not provided on one service any longer, hopefully we can leverage other services. Content creators stopping cooperating with the streaming services. Obviously, streaming services are very important to people and become the main source for entertainment now, so that would not be beneficial for us or the content creators. The 2 final co-innovation risks, TV networks unwilling to cooperate with the TV providers. Like I said, cooperation will be key to any network success at this point, with streaming services being the #1 entertainment providing service. Streaming services unwilling to give Streamify access to software. Again, as we make those partnerships, it's going to be important for us to not only have those guarantees with the companies and the partnerships that we're making, both legally as well as mutually benefiting through revenue. Some of the adoption chain risks that we identified: streaming services not willing to allow Streamify access to the content. This may be a struggle in the beginning. However, as the popularity grows, how we're solving these common struggles, we'll see an increase of willingness with other streaming providers. Streaming services refusing to allow pay-per-view. This won't make any sense. Our best mitigation here is making sure that they understand it's mutually beneficial. They're either going to be getting paid for the single shows or subscriptions. We'll try and leverage both, both benefiting that streaming service. The last 3 adoption chain risks here: live TV providers not willing to adjust to shift to online streaming instead of cable satellite. These people that are not willing to adjust with the changes in how people consume entertainment are likely to not survive. So we would first try and leverage that and make sure that they understand the importance of streaming services at this point. Internet providers not supporting high-speed internet in some areas of the US obviously can change how the internet providers work, but what we can do is make sure that Streamify allows lower quality streaming, which we've seen in some services currently. But we'll just have to make sure that we can offer it across all platforms. And the payment providers charging additional fees for Streamify to act as an intermediary. We'll just have to negotiate because this should, in theory, increase the revenues for most of these companies. So reducing the prices that we'll take on will lower our costs as well as increase their revenues. Social value. So we would like to bring this program forward as something, yes, one is entertainment, but also we want people to be aware of health and exercise, and how we'll do this is just ensuring that we can provide some resources to people that are interested in taking breaks in between their entertainment, to also get out and remind them, hey, you still need to exercise. Here's some health tools that you can use, and make sure that everyone knows that, hey, not only do we care about your health and entertainment, but we also care about being stewards of the obesity society and providing donations to them on behalf of our subscribers. Our evidence of differential value. So with our conjoint survey, you can see, as mentioned previously, Streamify versus Netflix and Roku. 100 respondents. So first up, the screening questions. So these are some of the key struggles we identified early on. Hard time navigating online streaming service platform, overwhelmingly yes. Have you ever been frustrated switching between different streaming services to watch different programs? Overwhelming yes. Have you ever had a hard time finding content, movies or shows, because we can't figure out which service it's on? Absolutely yes. And have you ever had a hard time comparing the pricing and offerings between services? Yes. And have you ever been disappointed that the streaming service companies didn't do more charitable activities? This one was not as high response in the yes category, but still majority of yes. And then the final screening question: would you be willing to pay more every month to solve all of these above mentioned problems? And questions, and that one came in at 92 of 100 respondents said yes. So obviously very important. So attribute comparison, user interface and navigation, our solution versus the solution in use, Netflix, and Netflix solution, Roku. As you see, overwhelmingly, this was important to make sure that people can customize their homepage and be able to view multiple streaming services simultaneously. And this is, kind of the keystone of our program or service that we'd be providing. Billing and subscription management. As one does not have much value in the respondents as we suspected. So I think we'll have to continue to leverage this as emphasize how important this actually is. I think most people are on the auto pay system and don't see this as often as they might when seeing all of the services compared at once. Search function. So again, Streamify had some positive feedback over attribute comparisons. It wasn't as much. So I think we need to again further emphasize that how this potentially solves some of the big problems that we saw in the screening questions, but didn't necessarily come out in the attribute comparison. Service comparison, again, so we positive on this one, but it needs to be further emphasized as it's a significant differentiating factor of our service versus others. Price, so our solution, this one overwhelmingly, Streamify set itself apart, showing basically because we could have the basic subscription that was free, it's just going to have a significant amount of ads compared to other offerings. So Netflix, of course, the basic subscription is $8.99. And Roku being a one-time purchase, however, it doesn't actually give you access to this subscription product, so you still have to pay subscriptions. So as a overall comparison here, the attributes importance, utility value measured in at 47.9, so certainly more value than the other solutions presented. And then a top attribute importance here being price, followed by brand, and then search function comparison, user interface navigation, billing subscription management, and lastly, social value. So market simulator, again, showing our solution at 43%, the solution in use of Netflix at 32%, and next best solution of Roku coming in at 24%. So again, margin that is healthy for a new entrant solution. So in conclusion, our online streaming tool is simply the best solution to solve the struggles that we identified at the beginning. The value is there, and respondents seem to be willing to accept it, certainly with the differentiating values of the price as well as the new solutions for the struggles. Thank you.